What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with a number one. One of the top women tennis players in the game, Naomi Osaka, is saying no more. She is withdrawn from her semifinal matchup against Avanati Kontavet in the tournament called the Western and Southern Open. This is pretty much a warm-up tournament, getting the players ready for the U.S. Open, which starts August the 31st. She wrote in her on her Instagram or either her Twitter. She said, "Look, I am sick and tired of black people getting genocide at the hands of police. It makes me sick to my stomach. Therefore, I'm not participating in this semifinal matchup where we all need to take a step back and reflect on these trying times." That's pretty much what she said. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but you get the gist of what she said, man. And I salute her, man. Salute her. She's a two-time Grand Slam winner. She's taking a stand just like the NBA players took a stand when they halted the playoffs and they said, hold on, this is something much bigger than the playoffs. You know, I know you a lot of money on the line with these TV networks, and a lot of people putting wages on these games, and a lot of people got a lot of money on the line when it comes to us playing this great sport of basketball. But it's much bigger than this. This is about life. This is about what's right and what's wrong. And I salute Naomi Osaka for taking a stand with those NBA players. And I also heard that two of the baseball teams canceled their game. The Milwaukee Brewers, which it took place in their own backyard, and the Cincinnati Reds. They were scheduled to play today, and they canceled their game due to the fact that they want to see some justified change that hasn't been implemented, since these string of terrible incidents with unarmed people of color dying and experienced police brutality at the hands of corrupt police. So I'm glad that Naomi Osaka has done this. I hope more players come out. I'm waiting to hear from Serena Williams. She's pretty much the LeBron James of women's tennis. So what she says holds a lot of weight. So I'm interested to see her comments on this Jacob Blake situation. But I salute Naomi Osaka, man. I salute her. You know, she's from Japan, Osaka, Japan, if I'm not mistaken. She's from Japan, the country of Japan, but she resides in Los Angeles, L.A. She resides there, so she's a lady that's half black and half Asian. I believe her mama's, I don't believe, I know for a fact that her mom's is Asian and her dad's black. So she's just fed up, man. She's fed up with it, man. She's taking a stand, and I salute the lady, man. She's one of the top women's players in the sport today. She defeated Serena Williams and captured her first Grand Slam at the U.S. Open a couple of years ago. She won that matchup in straight sets, and she won her second Grand Slam at the Australian Open. So she's one of the top players in the sport. So that's good that she's took a stand, and what she says holds a lot of weight. So be interested to see what some of the other top women players and top men players say on this particular issue, or these issues. I ain't gonna say issue. It's just not one thing. It's not Jacob Blake, man. It's just a combination of incidents that has took place over a long period of time that involved people of color at the hands of corrupt police. And a lot of these athletes are finally sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they're taking a stand. And I salute all of them, man. And Naomi Osaka, I salute you, young lady, for doing what you're doing. She got praise on the internet from Sloane Stevenson, a one-time Grand Slam winner, and one of the rising stars in the sport of tennis, Coco Gauff. So those two, along with Naomi Osaka, be getting ready for the U.S. Open coming Monday, started up on August 31st. And we'll see what other steps they'll be looking to take. Her in particular will be looking to take in the coming days leading up to the U.S. Open. That's another high-profile tennis tournament. You know, that's one of the top tennis tournaments in the sport of tennis, the U.S. Open. That's pretty much the Super Bowl of tennis, especially here in the United States. So you got all the top men and all the top women congregating, participating in that tournament. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires, man. But again, Naomi Osaka says, no mas. I'm not playing in this tournament tomorrow. This Western and Southern Open matchup where she's got a lot to gain. She's in the semifinals, so she's worked hard to get to that point. You're in the semifinals, there's only 4 girls left. It's only 4 standing. She's one win away from playing for the championship of the Western and Southern Open. For her to sacrifice all that and basically forfeit that matchup and take herself out of the tournament for a just cause, I salute her. And I salute her. Got a lot of love for her, and I got a lot of love for her parents. Her parents obviously instilled strong values in her and strong principles in her. And she's taking a stand and showing everybody that it's much more than a tennis match. It's much more than a tennis tournament. It's about people losing their lives unnecessarily at the hands of police. And it's time this stuff stop. It's time for these congressmen to pass legislation to hold these people accountable that's doing these corrupt and tragic things to innocent and unarmed people. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens and we'll see what transpires. But all I gotta say is vote. November 3rd, vote. Vote for these judges. You're not happy with these judges. These judges are turning blind eye to a lot of the stuff that's going on and ruling in favor of people that they know are doing criminal activities and doing harmful things to people that they shouldn't be doing that to. You know what I'm saying? Unarmed people that's not a threat to them, and people that's just because they look different than them, they feel that they got the power to do what they want to do against them. It's time for you to vote those people out. Vote the sheriff out. Vote those mayors out. Vote the president out. Vote the senators out. Vote the governors out. Vote the state senators out. Vote the Senate councilmen out. Vote for all these people. Vote these police commissioners out. You know what I'm saying? Vote all these people out. If you see, because obviously, as we stand here today, things are getting worse, not better. You know what I'm saying? It's getting worse, not better. We're in a very tense and at a breaking point situation, man. It's almost like you got a ticking time bomb right now, and it could be detonated at any time, man. If this stuff don't people don't start hearing what these people are saying, man, and quit going into their separate corners saying, well, it's the Democrats' fault. It's the Democrats. They don't want to bring law and order to these people that's out here in the streets causing chaos and confusion. If you think like that in any situation involving a police officer doing harmful things to unarmed people of color, and that's your way you think of it. You're worried about the people in the streets protesting, and you think that's and committing violent things, and a few people out there doing it. There's a few knuckleheads out there, but for the most part, it's peaceful protest. But if you in that line of thinking, and you got the other people on the other side saying that the police need to be defunded, and the police department is corrupt and need to be eradicated, and not acknowledging that there are some. A lot of good police officers out there, but there's some bad apples out there too, and they need to be eradicated. They shouldn't be fired from one police department and then move to another state and are able to get another police job. It shouldn't be like that. It should be some kind of point system. It should be some kind of merit system. It's just some kind of system that if you get a certain amount of complaints, that you be subject to be removed from that police department and never to work again as a police officer. It should be some of those measures at state. And it should be measures when it goes from city to city. It should be standardized adherence to procedure, rules, and regulations for all police departments all over the United States. It shouldn't be different rules for a police officer in Minnesota compared to a police officer in Houston. It shouldn't be different rules for a police officer in Sacramento compared to a police officer in Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? All police officers should adhere to standardized rules and regulations. The chokehold should be outlawed. You know what I'm saying? That's part one. They've got a legislation. I said this in multiple videos. They got a legislation sitting in the Senate right now, the George Floyd law. The Senate haven't even put that legislation up to vote, let alone passed it. At least put it up to vote, and if you see if it gets passed. If it gets passed, it gets passed. If it don't get passed, it don't get passed. Maybe you do a little changes to it. You bring in another bill. But for you not to even put the George Floyd law up for a vote is a tragic and sad situation. But I just let you know what particular politicians are doing when it actually comes down to making changes and putting actions instead of putting out particular words on your Twitter account saying, oh, it's sad and what happened to George Floyd, and we're going to investigate and we're going to look into that, and we should root out all bad apples in these police department, the few that they are. You know, a lot of those Republicans say it's a few bad apples and saying words but not putting action behind your statements. And that's the bad situation that's going on right now. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Again, Naomi Osaka stood up and stood tall and said she's not playing tomorrow. She's upset about the situation going on with Jacob Blake, a man that was shot in his back 7 times, and what's been going on in several other occasions when involved unarmed black men. Eric Gardner, Trayvon Martin, Ahmaud Arbery, Mike Brown, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Rashard Brooks. It's been going on for a while now, and people sick and tired of being sick and tired. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Naomi Osaka refusing to play in the semifinals of the Western and Southern Open. Let me know what you think. You think that was a good move, or you think she should have played in that tournament and maybe in the post-game press conference, tell us the side of what she feel about what's going on with this social unrest that's gripping the country right now. Maybe she should have went that way instead of just not playing. But she chose to do that way, and I'm glad she did that, because she shedded a light on this that probably wouldn't have been shedded on if she would have just did an interview, in my humble opinion. Just did an interview after the semifinal matchup and stated her concerns about what's been going on in this country. I think the light is going to be shining brighter her doing it this way. But let me know what you think in the comment section. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.